How was the mood of the team the first day back here?
It's good, I mean, obviously getting back home and, the guys had a day off yesterday. I think that was important. I thought the work at practice today was good. The spirit of the team was good.
Do you feel like you're ready for Saturday?
As ready as we're gonna, as we're gonna be. It's always, we've had good results in preseason, but that doesn't matter. And sometimes things can go topsy-turvy on you that way. But I feel good about where our team's at. I think the team feels confident, which is important. And obviously, we want to get off to a good start. We're at home. We're in front of our fans. So we'd like to get the points in this first game.
You made some changes since you guys left, bringing in Shaw, re-signing Dylan and Jimmy. Can you maybe talk about some of those moves?
Yeah, obviously Dylan Remick we signed. I think he's a good young defender. He's shown some versatility as well for us, even though he's really a left back, left-footed player. He can play in the middle of the back. He's also played for us at right back, as he did against Salt Lake, and did very well. Jimmy is a good signing for us because he adds some experience, to our back line. He's a left-footed center back. Could also play left back in a pinch as well, but he gives us that experience and that calm back there. He's got good size. He's good in the air. You can see his confidence, and he fit in really, really well with the team when he was with us. And then Shawry, is maybe a little bit like our Eddie Johnson of last year, where some people are thinking, does he still have it? Is he still there? I think he still has it. That's the reason we brought him in, and he's a guy who's hungry to win a title. And sometimes, when you look at some other franchises in other sports, sometimes they bring in an older veteran who's never had the chance to win the title, and all of a sudden that can be sort of the little addition that your team needs, because that's what he's all about. Right now it's not about, okay, I want to have a good season, I want to make the best 11. For him, it's all about, I want to get a ring. I've never gotten a ring. I've never won an MLS Cup. I want that opportunity. So I think he's going to help our team, and he gives us, again, more versatility. He can play in midfield. He can play in the middle of the back. He can play up front. Allows us to move some other people as well.
Talk about their skills, but you also mentioned the phrase they're fitting in. How important is that for new guys to fit in with some of these veterans that have been here for a while?
Well, it's important, especially with when you're bringing in older guys, like Shawry or Jimmy, or more veteran players. You wonder how they're going to view the league or view the players, and they've just they've just immersed themselves into the team. You don't even notice anything, as if they haven't been here. It's like they've been here the whole time, and I think that's really important, just from our locker room, but also, I think it shows on the field. It's not like the guys have to be best friends, but there's got to be a good feeling about each other, where, hey, I'm willing to fight for you because I know you're willing to fight and battle for me, and that feeling's definitely there.
Brad, at times it seemed like a blessing and a curse for him to be as versatile as he is. But how much does it help from your perspective that he sees that he's like kind of can see a national team future as that kind of utility player? And do you feel like there's even more buy-in maybe than there was before?
Well, I think that's obviously a great point, and because he got in with the national team and had a good camp, and his versatility helped him stick for the Honduras game, and so now he sees that maybe it's not a curse, maybe it's a blessing to be able to play different positions, and what becomes his best position, where is his best place to make an impact as well on the national team, as well as making his impact for our team. And he can see that what he's done for us is helping him on that stage as well, and I think that's a good thing for us.
Shelby had said a little more straightforwardly, I think, than I'd heard before, that he kind of thinks he sees himself as a middle of midfield player. Is that kind of where you've got him most penciled right now?
I think that's where his strength is. I mean, he's a good organizer. He's a good talker. He'll give you that if he plays in the back. But he's played midfield for so many years, and the defending that you do in midfield is different than what you do at center back. And so for him, that might be too much of a change. It's something we'll see once he's, as you saw, he was only really in at the beginning of practice. We need to take care of his calf. We need to get him fit, as I had said earlier. But I think once his fitness is there and he's playing every day, then we'll make those determinations a lot easier.
Zavaleta, is he cemented in the back now?
Not necessarily. He might still pop up front. We never know. But you know, I thought he had a good game in the last game against Salt Lake. I thought him and Ashani played well together. You know, he got off to a little bit of a shaky start in the game against New York, but he recovered from that. And so, you know, he's done well, and that's where we've needed him to play right now. With obviously with Jimmy not here, with Ayani injured, you know, we've been short a couple of center backs now. Once those guys are fully on board, then we might shove him up front again and look at him up front a little bit. But he's got a future in this league. He's got a future on this team. Exactly where, you know, is a little indeterminate right now. But you know, he's still a guy. He's still an athlete too. That's growing into his body. You know, when you look at him, it's, you know, there's a lot of corners there, a lot of, you know, edges. You know, it's got to round out a little bit. You know, we think he has capabilities there. As he grows into his body, he'll become, you know, a little. It'll be easier to determine where he's going to end up at the end of the day.
Speaking of up front, you looked at a lot of different things. You put Mara up there. Do you know what you want to do for the opener?
I have an idea. It's still for you guys to find out. But I certainly have an idea. You know, we have different options there for sure. You know, Morrow plays the position a little differently. He's done it well at times when he had to play for Freddie in his first season here in 2011, when Freddie was out with that wrist injury a few times. You know, David Estrada gives us a different look up there as well. You know, somebody who's more active, who chases things down more. Eddie has the ability to play with both of them, so that's a good thing. We really haven't pushed Zakawani up there yet. You know, Mario could play, Mario could play in that position as well. But we'll see as we go forward this week and see how things look at training. You know, you never know if somebody takes a knock or something, but we'll see, and we'll make that final decision.
Patrick Ianni, I think, is about 4 weeks away from his injury. How's he doing?
Making progress. Apparently, you know, they're letting him start to walk around without a boot, and we got to see how he reacts to that. But it's one of those things that it's slow at the beginning, and once you get to a certain stage, then it can speed up. Johansson he banged knees, tweaked his knee a little bit. He still doesn't feel 100% on it, so we want him to do a little bit more today in the warm-up, do a little individual work, and then we'll evaluate him again tomorrow.
Last year you were saying, Eddie, you were hoping to have Eddie at 100% around May or so. Would you say there's a similar timetable for Shalry?
Yeah, I think for Shalry, in terms of fitness, you know, where we are now, we're at the beginning of March. I really think, you know, probably by the middle of, more like the middle of April is probably when he should be, you know, fully fit and rounded into shape and getting enough touches and so forth. You know, with Jimmy Traore, Jimmy played a little bit more for us in the preseason. You know, was able to go a couple of 45 minutes. With Jimmy, I think it might be more like middle of March or so, or, you know, towards the end of March when he's fully 100% fit as well.
Tanzania, the land of Kilimanjaro, Zanzibar, and the Serengeti.